Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Peter, for analyzing half of my presentation regarding the benefits of Cyprus.
Sorry.
It's very important. I will try to skip some of them
Sorry.
in my presentation. First of all, does it work? Okay. In my presentation will cover, because we have talked a lot about investments in the region, I will cover the possible ways of financing this investment, and I will specifically talk about alternative way of financing, then the use specifically of Cyprus Fund to finance this investment. Traditionally, bank loans, joint ventures, and equity financing have been considered as a traditional way of financing investment. Due to difficulties in these means, the focus has been shifted towards collective investment scheme to finance investment. Investors prefer to subscribe for units in the fund for various reasons. I have included some of them in this slide. First of all, through the fund, they will achieve the asset diversification and the manage of the risk exposure. Funds offer access to plethora of investment and financial instruments, and they are managed by experienced and professional person in investing money. At the same time, they have the relevant skills and expertise to research diverse investment opportunities. Investors feel more protected because funds are well regulated and supervised by competent authority, and at the same time, there is a group of experts to monitor the fund, a risk manager, compliance officer, internal auditor, and other professionals. Last but not least, the joint forces of investors in a fund boost the embarking power of an investment fund. I mean, I'm sure you can understand the difference in the embarking power of a fund of some millions of dollars when it's to negotiate its participation in a big project, comparing to the relevant embarking power of a single investor. So, in Cyprus, we have decided back in 2013 to invest more in the fund industry. It should be mentioned that Cyprus is fast becoming an emerging EU fund hub. A milestone towards this was the revamping of the whole legal framework for alternative investment funds in Cyprus, as a result of the continuous and combined efforts of Minister of Finance, the Ministry of Finance, CIFA, our regulator, CIFA, and other stakeholders. What we have done, we have transposed all the EU directives relating the fund industry into local legislation in order for Cyprus domicile and regulated fund to take advantage of so-called European passporting regime. What does this mean? A fund established and licensed in Cyprus will be able to attract investors and invest across the EU without having to get any extra license from other European competent authority. This obviously will save time and money for the fund manager and the investors. At the same time, we have hired a very big international law firm to compare the legislation for alternative investment fund in Cyprus, Luxembourg, and Ireland. They came back with many recommendations. We have adopted more or less all their recommendations, and since 2014, we have a new modern and flexible legal framework for alternative investment funds, incorporating all market realities and international best practices for investor protection. This framework, combined with other benefits that Cyprus have, contribute to the significant growth of the fund industry. I will mention some other benefits. First of all, we have a very attractive general tax system in Cyprus. In addition to this, specific tax incentives have been given to boost the fund industry. I will not mention, I will not analyze all the incentives. We're just saying one example. Fund services offered by fund manager or fund administrator are not subject to VAT. In addition to this, the cost of setting up and maintaining a fund in Cyprus is much lower than in any other European jurisdiction. It's more or less 1/3 of what is the cost of a similar structure in Ireland and Luxembourg. And this is not because we don't offer high-quality services, but in generally, labor and other costs in Cyprus are much lower than in Ireland and Luxembourg. The new legislation adds a layer of flexibility in the sense that there are many structuring options, including umbrella structure, where different compartments can be created, and having different pool of assets with separate characteristics and objectives. Cyprus' strategic location on the crossroad of 3 continents provide access to high growth areas such as Middle East, Israel, and Asia. We have seen an increasing trend from Israeli and Asian fund managers to establish a fund or a fund management company in Cyprus as a gateway to the EU. At the same time, we have seen an increasing interest by UK fund managers who want to retain their access in the EU market in the after-Brexit period to consider Cyprus as a jurisdiction of choice for, obviously, its common law system, tax costs, and other benefits that has been analyzed in the presentation. Regarding the regulation, first of all, as Peter said before, we have our general legal system is based on UK common law framework, which is considered to be one of the most business-friendly, flexible legal system. Furthermore, regarding the funds, the introduction of the new legal framework modernizes the existing framework and aligns it with the latest EU and international development and trends in the fund industry. All these benefits have contributed to the significant growth of Cyprus fund industry. Based on FAMA, European Fund and Asset Management Association statistics, in 2018, Cyprus experienced the highest growth in net asset value in the European alternative investment fund industry, and a remarkable growth of 133% in the total asset under management, reaching the number of 6.3 billion, with a very, very significant growth in the last 2 years. Another important development was the announcement by Clearstream, one of the largest global custodian, regarding the eligibility of Cyprus fund in their platform, allowing fund managers across the world to invest in Cyprus fund. And I just include here a statement by Clearstream official stating that it's a vote of confidence for Cyprus, and they believe that Cyprus will be an emerging fund domicile. Because it's important to know what we have done in real numbers, Cyprus investment funds have been used lately as a platform to attract foreign investors in Cyprus in all the sectors of Cyprus economy. The fact we have investment in real estate funds, in residential, commercial, and other projects, in shipping industry, through acquisition of vessels with Cyprus flag, in hospitality sector, and in renewable energy. In addition to this, foreign investment funds have also been very active in Cyprus, showing a vote of confidence for the Cyprus economy. I just include here some recent examples. We have PIMCO that invested 50 million euro in the latest share issue by Hellenic Bank. Bank of Cyprus, the other major bank in Cyprus, is mainly owned by American and Canadian fund. TD Asset Management, which is one of the largest money manager of Canada, acquired 4.2 in Bank of Cyprus. Bank of Cyprus sold a loan portfolio of around 3 billion euro to Apollon Global Management, which is a US fund. Goldman Sachs, as mentioned before, invested in a Cypriot fund 28 million in order to expand the platform created by University of Nicosia. We have other investment in the same sector, education, and generally we have seen an increasing trend from foreign investment funds to invest in Cyprus, and this is considered as a vote of confidence. Generally, as a summary, what I can say is that in Cyprus now we have all the ingredients in place in order to continue growing as a reputable EU fund jurisdiction, and we believe that many investments in the region can be financed through these structures. Thank you.
Thank you very much.